Okay, so Harvest Moon Acoustic. So we're going to look at this. We've got drop D tuning, so standard tuning on all the strings apart from the E string, which we've tuned down to D. So this here should sound an octave lower than this one here. Just play those. Get them in there together, because we're going to be walloping this part of the string set. So just strumming those just there, the E, A and D strings together. It forms like a power chord. Yeah, so we've got those there. Now the first part is we're going to get this shape here. Now we could do it where we move fingers, but if you want to, for this method, what we're doing is we're just going to keep it all under one fingering. When these two fingers stay on all the time, okay, so these two fingers are on all the time, but it's this finger and this finger that are going to do all the work. So we've got the big strum on the D there to get that bass sound, but then what we've got is we've got this light bright D sound here, and what happens is I'm strumming from the D string down and I'm holding 11 on the G string, a 10 on the B string, and then what I do is I put my pinky on the 12th fret of the B string, not on the thin E string, it's on the same string as the index finger. So I'm thinking of it as this, so I'm going big strum, got that little shape, two finger shape there for the D. When I put this pinky on, this is the 5th here, so I'm going up to the 6th here, so I get my D6 here, so I'm going D, D6, and then what I'm going to do is, for efficiency, I'm just going to move my index finger here, and you can see I get this diagonal shape across here which goes 11, 10, 9 there, and that gives me a D major 7. So the whole thing goes, I'm going to think of it as going from finger 2 to finger 4 to finger 1, yeah, so I go, that's the actual mechanics of the move. Now the thing is, when we get on this D major 7, we've got a kind of this syncopated strum. So that's that riff there. So just think of that as a riff whenever that happens in that part. And the strum kind of reminds me of Horse with No Name as well. With those emphasized upstrokes. So if you want to do the fancy parts, which is the harmonics, we have to get those bang over the 12th fret here. And now, because we've tuned to drop D, we need to just play the first 4 strings. So at the 12th fret, right over the fret wire. And what we have to do is, these natural harmonics, they're tricky. We have to get right over the fret wire. And what you do is you touch it feather-like. You see it's feather-like there. I'm not fretting. If you press down, you won't get the same sound. You're just touching the string, and you can practice that by going, seeing where the other natural harmonics come out, yeah? And you'll find that some positions are louder. The loudest positions where the natural harmonics actually live is 5, 7, 12 there. So what we're doing essentially is we're monopolizing on that, and we're going 12 on the E string, 12 on the B string, 12 on the G string, 12 on the D string. And what you do is you just hold a finger over it. It looks like I'm barring, but I'm not. Notice the position of my finger over the fret wire. It's not over the fret, it's over the fret wire. So what I'm doing is I ring them all together, yeah. And then there's one last harmonic that we get there at the 7th fret on the A string there. So that's what generally happens when the E minor chord is playing. Yeah, so let's look at the chords. Because we've changed to drop D, normally you would play your E minor chord like this, but because we've tuned to drop D, this is a D now, so we need to rectify it and make it into an E. That's D, so we have to go up a whole step to get to an E. So that means we have to hold that note down there. Now if we hold those two down in as familiar E minor shape, then this is really useful. I'm going to say use these two fingers here again, because it's almost like the same fingers we're using down here, or up here. If we take these two fingers here, when we come to playing the G6, yeah, it becomes second nature, because all we need to do is take one finger off and slide that up to the 5th fret. And when I play the G6, what I'm doing is I'm strumming everything, but I'm muting out the thick A string. So I've got, there's my E minor. Really, it's an E minor 7. Yeah. Or I could mute out the D string there. But look, I think that just works anyhow. So we just play that as E minor 7 there, and then what we do is we move to the G6 there. Now, really, the verses, there are 4 stanzas. Yeah, so there's 4 stanzas, and if you want to think about a stanza, it's just like it's once around the main riff thing. So it goes, come a little closer. I missed a line out there. Come a little bit closer. Yeah, so come a little bit closer. You are, I have. Oh, I'm singing it wrong, but you get the idea. Hear what I have to say. Now, here's the other bit. Now, what we had going on here, we can mimic that down here with open chords as well. So we're going to go play a D. Now if we remember, this is the 5th root 3rd. So we take that 5th and we get the 6th there. So essentially what we're doing is we're modifying that D shape here. You could do it like this. Put the pinky on. Personally, I find that a little bit tight on the hand, but it might work for you. What I like to do is just change it to this little shape here, which it almost looks like a B minor, a cheap B minor, like that. So we're going fret 2 on the thin E string, fret 3 on the B string, and then fret 4 on the G string there. So we've got that little shape there, but I'm including the open D string in that. So that goes D, standard D shape, and then I switch to that, and then what we get is this D major 7. Yeah, and I'm just barring across that. I'm holding down 2, 2, 2 on the G, B, and E strings. So it's like a little bar chord there, and I use my thumb to help me to get that down. So you go like this. So it goes for the first stanza, E minor. Then what happens is we sing the song, and then we play that D riff twice. Again. E minor again for the second stanza. Now, for the third stanza, instead of going to the E minor, what happens is we go to the G6. So this is the difference there. So if we go around the stanza, the verse, there's 4 stanzas. The first 2 stanzas are E minor, then the D riff twice, E minor, D riff twice. Then we go to G6, yes, which I said before this is why I like this finger in here like this, because if I just move that up there, the arch forms nicely, and I can mute out the A string very, very easily just by rotating that that middle finger around there. So that's there. I'm hitting all the strings there. So we've got that. So that would be what I would sing over instead. But there's a full moon rising Let's go dancing in the light. Oh, sorry, played that wrong. Again. We know where the music's playing. Let's go out and feel the night. Okay, so that's basically the verses. So the verses, E minor, the D move twice, E minor, the D move twice, G6, the D move twice, G6, the D move twice. Now we're into the chorus. Now the chorus, basically what we've got is we've got an A7 sus4. There's a beautiful chord, and you can hear it wants to resolve straight away there. And really all I need to do is just pull this finger down here. There's a few different ways to play this. I think this is, you know, you could play it like this with fingers 2 and 3 still, and then just pull that finger back there. You could actually put the pinky on and keep the A7 underneath there. It's really completely up to you, but the thing to get with this is it starts on the A7 sus4. Yeah, so it goes, because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again, because I'm still in love with you. Now it goes to an A on that one, but you could equally just play the A7 on this harvest, and then that moves to your D riff again. Yeah, or you could move it up here. Okay, so that is pretty much all there is to it. Structurally wise, we have an intro, it goes verse 1, we've got chorus, verse 2, we get chorus, then we have a solo, then we get chorus, and then it's the outro. And I think the outro fades, so it's just basically... If it was me, but if I was playing that live, I'd probably do a ritardando on the end of that, and I'd slow that down. So I'd go. Just end on that D major 7. It's a lovely note to hang on. Or if you want to ring on the D just to make it sound completely resolved, but I kind of like that hanging on that D major 7. Ring all 6 strings, and you could even like that because you fancy and all that stuff. Okay, so that is Harvest Moon Breakdown. That's what it is there. Harvest Moon by Neil Young Breakdown.